Good morning, all. Miracle Rising. Oof. I had quite a bit come to me. So, it came across my news feed. Like all my videos right now are either everything going on with the Minnesota girl. Is it Minnesota, Minneapolis? No, it's not. And everything
to try to make it impossible for the
going on with that, and then also Trump and Vance and all this stuff. Anyways, I came across this video where Vance came out and released a statement regarding this gentleman. And I guess he had an experience like 6 months later where he was like pulled from a car. He had to get like 36 stitches or something like that. Anyways, I got to thinking about it and I was like, okay, isn't it where like if these officers or these, I mean, not to mention, these are ICE agents. He's not an officer, he's an ICE agent. There's a difference, and she was a US citizen. So there's that posing, right? But when they go through a traumatic experience, they have to go through a psychological evaluation, right? If he was so traumatically disturbed by his previous experience where he was not capable of making a rational decision under fire in the mere moment, who released him to go back on the field? Who gave the green light for that? Right? Because that's kind of what JD was proposing, is the way I felt. It's like the media is covering it. And of course, they're blaming it on the left because it's always the left, right? The right always blames it on the left. It's hilarious, the lack of accountability that is carried in the Republican right party. Like, this is just something I've never noticed. And I'm a registered Republican. I voted for Trump. So it's like, it's hard for me to swallow, guys. And I know it's hard for a lot of people to swallow, right? But yeah, it's like one of those things, like mandatory counseling and trauma therapy, use of force incidents over additional oversight. It's an office. If an officer has PTSD diagnosis, that was my thing, is JD was trying to, give this gentleman a green light because of his mere incapability to make a rational decision in the heat of the moment, because what happened and what we all see with our eyes and what they're telling us are two different things, of course, because this is how these people operate. If you say it, and if you say it, and if you say it, and if you say it over and over and over again, then it must be so. People are going to believe you. They're not going to ask questions because we don't have half a brain. We're like, it's like empty up here. JD and Trump said it must be so. Like, really? You know, and this is the ignorance. But it's like, okay, if you're going to say something like that, well, JD, you know, well, what happened to the treatment? Who gave the green light for him to go back to active duty if he was so troubled by his previous experience? Just saying, you know, there's due diligence, there's things, and clearly they don't follow them without that's without a saying. But I mean, it's just crazy to me. We have people, there's no reason why that man should, there should be an immediate investigation. And quite frankly, he should be put in jail. He should not walk among us. That man should not be walking among us, and he should not have any weapons. That's what he shouldn't do. Period. But that's clear as day, not going to happen. So I wanted to touch on that because that was my little rebuttal to that. Because I'm like, okay, please don't try to choose that angle. You just backdoored yourself. Like, whoever cleared him to go back to work, well, that's on them, I guess, right? So blame them. Seeing as you guys like to blame the game, play the blame game, blame that person. Nickel and dime you, and they need it more. That's another thing that came to me. I don't know if you guys find it, but it happens to me quite a bit. And has always happened to me in my life when it comes to just people, in the work world, friendships, family, just different angles like that where, people nickel and dime you because they're more They run alongside money and currency more than you do. Like, I've just never been somebody that runs alongside that. Now, I don't have a lot. I haven't really ever have had a lot. I've had to crawl for the little things that I do have, you know. And so by the grace of God, I'm completely fine with the little things that I do have. I'm very blessed for them, should I say. But when it comes to like, employers, previous employers, conversations and stuff like that, like, if I get into a conversation or a debate with anyone when it comes to like my worth, my value, money, things like that, it's like I'm not going to go into a debate with somebody. If somebody debates me over, you know, paying me what I should pay, or paying me what's right, and they're debating and they're so nickel and diming, it's like, clearly you need it more than me. Clearly money is a much bigger deal to you for you to go where you have to nickel and dime somebody. I mean, and I deal with this in my, when I work at the department store. I mean, we have people in this world that are just so frugal. They're penny pinchers. And yeah, they probably have much more than many. They're probably privileged. But they're not happy people. They're really not. You know, I consider myself a fairly happy person. You know, I definitely walk in peace. And I'm definitely grateful with the good, the bad, and the ugly in everything in my life for the last 41 years. But you're never going to catch me nickel and diming somebody, penny pinchers. Like, I've never been like that. And I feel as though when people are that way, they're greedy in different ways. They just are. They are. I mean, that's something they're going to have to look in the mirror. I mean, and again, I'm not saying they all are, you know, but I'm at a place in my life where it's like, when it comes to unnecessary conversations that are not going to go anywhere, like, especially like, for example, when it gets to a point in a conversation with somebody that's moving in their ego or moving in their pride or not able to take accountability, that's another thing. I'm like going to check out. I'm going to check out mentally. Like, we're done here, because it's just a waste of time. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy. Okay. You're never going to win those conversations. They're always going to be a penny pincher. They're always going to come up with reasons as to why you don't deserve XYZ, or, you know, dangle the bait, pull the switch, you know, especially in the work world. They're going to take an inch and give you, or they're going to want to take an inch and give a mile type thing. Like, that's how these people operate. And so you just have to learn to give what you can and hold your power and hold your energy. You know, and don't let it get you down. So often enough, people let things get them down. Keep it light with what you digest. That's a big... I woke up in the middle of the night and that came to me. I'm going to end on this. I got to get ready for work. Today's my day 8th working in a row, I think. 7th day, whatever. Right now, with everything flying around on social media and algorithms, I'm going to focus on, particularly for myself, try to keep it light with everything that I'm digesting, because there's so much negativity. There's so much hate. There's so much misinformation. There's so much injustice that it's really important to be mindful and be aware of what you're digesting, because it really does play with your psyche. You know, it's heavy. For me, it's heavy. It's very heavy. Everything that's happened, and right now with this country, with our country, and then what happened to that 37-year-old, I think she had 4 kids, and to see how our government is just completely pushing it under the rug as if her life didn't matter, and then they're going to do an investigation. It's like, okay, yeah, like Charlie Kirk's investigation, like my investigation. Oh, okay, so you're going to stand on justice in the investigation department? I find that hard to believe. So it's like, it's just disheartening. So be careful with what you digest. But I love you guys. Happy Friday. But yeah, JD, who gave that officer the